You are watching the SEC on ESPN, and the Landers Center in South Haven, Mississippi is the spot today for an entertaining early season battle. A pair of 3-0 clubs are going head-to-head today in suburban Memphis. It's Utah and Mississippi State, and we're glad that you're with us today. This should be a fun one. That is Dave Bradshaw. Teams that are trying to pick up their first signature win of the season. That game 2 years ago, Mississippi State won it, and they've won the two prior meetings. This is the third between now the members of the Big 12, Utah and Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard with a quick release on the first possession here, so keep an eye on number 12 in the gray. As the all-conference kept it pretty consistent the first few games of the season. Madsen leads the way, again, the 3 consecutive 20-point games. You got a very versatile wing there, number 25 in the black. That's Mike Sharp-Jumps, coming off a career-high 19-point performance in their win Monday. After the miss, Mississippi State in a hurry the other way. Deep post catch and a block. Boy, that time Michael Nwoko, the 5-man in the paint, got stuffed. Utah very quick the other way. It'll look to push the pace. Ezra Asar gets fouled underneath. So his hustle is rewarded here. So personnel change, but they seem to have a pretty solid starting lineup coming off of its second straight 20-win season.
And this is where you want Utah operating their offense far off that three-point line. Good pressure by Mississippi State.
This is Jake Wallin. With 5 on the timer, Sharp-Jumps pulls in. He has got a dynamic...
There's still a recipe to find a way to win and elevate our offense, and that's exactly what he's done.
Well, they're still without, to your point, the two bigs, Lawson Lovering, who was definitely expected to be a starter. Nice baseline cut. There's Matthews. He's got the first Mississippi State. It's happened in 15 years.
This guy's all ball, man. In the past 20 years, only 2 other coaches, Bruce Pearl at Tennessee, John Calipari at Kentucky, did it twice in 2 years.
That's saying something. Keyshawn Murphy now with advantage inside. Well, here's Madsen. Couple of dribbles to Ausier. Couldn't get the reverse to go, but a good idea cutting on the baseline. Matthews strong inside. And the 5th.
If they are going to be able to do that, they got to be a replica of number 4.
The players that has accumulated totals.
I probably still got the Dante Jones cutoff T-shirt in the room somewhere.
Yeah, some really terrific players that have played at each of these programs. And so that's the beauty of some of these early season battles.
The offensive end is just rise up and pop.
It's one thing that Jans and the Mississippi State staff, they outlined this Utah team might not have great size inside. They've got some thicker, brawnier guards. Well, here's the other Madsen. That's Mason Madsen.
Certainly by the time you get to conference play.
Players want to find that rhythm as well. This is Murphy underneath. Sharp-Jumps got a piece of it. That one pops out. Murphy sticks with it. And Keyshawn Murphy earned.
That's uncharacteristic for them.
So Sharp as well, so he'll sit for a little while.
See if they mix in some press here. Is what not only Chris Jans shows his team, but I'm telling you, other coaches around the country are clipping that and saying, guys, this is the effort we got to play with.
And he is the ferocious veteran. He's SEC's all-time active steals leader. There's
I think too often at Georgia, before he transferred over here to Mississippi State, of course. Just
kind of the final go-around, if you will, for Melendez, senior, playing with a great deal of urge
right now, where Utah's lost 4 points being right at the rim.
Utah 3 of 9 shooting from the field to start. They have been blanketed the last couple of possessions. 4 seconds to shoot. Everybody's wide open underneath, and so Keanu Dawes slams it down after the chaos. So fortuitous basket there for the Utes. Kanye Clary goes up. Murphy couldn't tip it back in. And now here's Hunter Erickson. Out to Madsen, transition triple, got it to go.
Mason Madsen for 3.
Utah's done a really nice job. Mississippi State's helping off the wing so much that those skip passes are going to be there, whether it's transition or half court.
Utah has got several capable outside shooters. Madsen is one of them. It's 12 out of 24 from deep this year. Riley Kugel.
Programs have shown they can balance both.
Murphy comes out to hedge. Asar, yes, that is a great find from the new starting point guard this year for Utah, Miro Little.
Well, the backside help leaves too early. You got to stay in that help position before the big rolls back to recover.
A lot of points being scored in the paint for both of these teams in the early minutes. Kugel, a jab step, now spins, going to work again. Can't get the right hand scoop to go. Have at a 6 at the line to start. And they will be shooting bonus free throws. This Orlando native. Elite athleticism. Averaged about 9-10 points a game last year from deep. And Utah has played at a pretty fast pace this year. That's into heavy traffic. And Sean Jones Jr., pardon me, Claudell Harris has it. The attack lays it up and in.
Terrific drive by Harris. All-Stars has not been at a premium for Dallas.
No. Look at this defense from Melendez. He takes it away from Little. Kugel on the move. Harris lost the handle, couldn't get the shot off. Hubbard rises and connects.
Josh Hubbard.
Bulldogs pull back in front, past the halfway mark in the first. Asar rolls again and scores it.
It's similar how they score on that other pick and roll. I mean, that backline defense has got to be there sooner and be more of an obstruction until the big man can get back. That's 4 points.
Yeah, Asar has been active. Had the double-double on Monday in the win against Queens. It's Queens University from Charlotte, by the way. Kugel just forces his way.
You see Mississippi State switches up their coverage now. They are not hard hedging these screens.
Asar comes to set another screen. Asar, aggressive drive. He does get the whistle. And Ezra Asar heads back. Got some pretty premier double-figure scorer last season. Craig Smith had to a pretty significant one. So we're tied once again. 5 lead changes and 4 ties in this first half. Wallin after the turnover hits Dawes. Dawes goes up.
This, but it's the evaluation that has to be a premium. You better be right when you get the mix of guys.
Got to make sure you get things.
Every coach wants to call less plays. Just let the guys go naturally.
Another turnover. Madsen looking around. Madsen got blocked. Did that one hit the backboard? It did. So score the basket. And so Gabe Madsen, after missing his first few shots.
Because Hubbard got up there extremely high. Not sure if he got there in time, though.
It's a good point. You got to have the whistle on it. It's a good thing you asked Pat Adams that question earlier today. That's perfectly timed. Kugel got it.
So he's been awesome off the bench. I mean, he has come in ready to play, not settling for jumpers, been getting to the rim.
Kugel with 7, Dane. That leads all Mississippi State scorers. Sharif jumps into the wall. That was Sean Jones. New 20. Madsen puts it up, bounces out, follow slam for Dawes. They soared in at the line, but they have pushed the pace, gotten into transition, or off of those live ball giveaways. Matthews decides to kick out. Kugel, not that time. Nwoko fouled.
This first half.
You know, he has referenced that word cerebral several. Great about that if you're a ball player that likes that.
And when you got all these transfers, if you're any coach, like, hey, I got to have quick learners.
Sure.
I don't have 3 years for you to get it. So
I think you played .5 basketball back in the day. You make a pass or a decision in that short amount of time. Keanu Dawes, again, underneath again. Another basket for the Utes near the rim. This is Nwoko. Yes. So the sophomore from Toronto, Michael Nwoko, he's got the 7 points. Sean Jones Jr. steps into the 3. That's offline. Bulldogs 1 of 6 from deep to start. Hunter Erickson launches, knocks it in. It's a 6-point lead for the Utes. Asar, that's a quick burst of speed. That is an athletic basket for the junior from Atlanta.
He's been the difference maker in this game. He's why Utah has the lead.
Just blew by Murphy that time. Asar now has a 9 in the first. So Murphy trying to go to work on him. He's got a couple of inches over Asar, trying to turn him around. That's a foul, though, on a smart one. It'll send it outside of the city, inside the home of...
Leave off the R&E. It's 5.
Listen, I'm just happy to be in the company of Memphis royalty.
You better appreciate me.
Some, not all.
Some may not.
Some, not all. Six-point game after the free throws. Dawes got it.
I mean,
with his back deep. Boy, that was his most open he's been today. Hubbard blocked. Murphy has it. Trying to get it back out. Instead, spins, and he kept that pivot foot. He draws the foul. He'll be at
that smaller 5 spot.
And so 10 fast break points by the little dynamic stretch bigs. Offline, and Erickson fights for the board. That's a couple of good looks on either end for both Melendez and Erickson. Asar rises. Asar fouled.
The ball, they're getting blown by too often.
Asar misses them both. Again. And so Mississippi State's woes continue. Maybe a lob situation here. Instead, Asar lost the handle. Erickson wants it. Down and out. That's a foul on Asar. That's the 3rd foul.
Play, maybe more critically, that extra foul.
Well, Carolina tied its program win streak. 42 straight wins today. The national champs keep on rolling. That'll be a fun one Wednesday. Harris can't hit the 3 after the miss. They are 1 of 11 from deep in this first half. Mississippi State is still a 5-point game. Little got it. Kugel, wild layup. Erickson on the go. Not too many second chance opportunities, at least of late, for the Dogs. Little step back triple. They're starting to control the glass a bit more now. +3 in favor of the running Utes. Little checks the timer, 6 to shoot. Madsen trying to blow by Murphy, out to Little, puts another one up. That's offline. And so the shot clock is off for the Bulldogs.
I gotta tell you, they've been fortunate. They've had some open looks as Utah, and Chris Jans can't wait to get to the locker room. And if any kids are on the trip, you better have those earmuffs on, because he's living right now with some of these open looks.
Yeah. Good heads up, 7 to shoot. Claudell Harris, his defender falls. Harris can't connect, 1 second. And looks like Mississippi State will have a .4 on the timer. Up to Harris, offline. And a sluggish shooting half.
Defensively and take advantage of that size, then I might move Matthews to the 5 and just go smaller lineup to match up with Utah's speed on the perimeter and their undersized 5-man.
It's a great point. Murphy is out there to start this second half for the Bulldogs. All right, so Murphy now into double figures. He does have 11.
And here they are showing that it was no fluke, their hot start to the season. This is a complete team.
Those preseason polls is Hubbard connects finally from distance. He can hit the off-balance ones. Each of his team's first 3 games. So even with a slow start for Gabe Madsen, Utah in control. Murphy rolls, and he's the beneficiary of the pass. 7-0 run to start this second half. And the Mississippi State fans in the Memphis area making some noise. Madsen, Dawes is the man he's barging into. Murphy collects, goes up with the right. Offensive rebound. Claudell Harris. Yeah! It's the second foul on Hubbard, by the way. Wallin, yes. Jake Wallin is now on the board. His first basket of the afternoon.
We pointed out in the first half, Utah is making a conscious effort at that cross-court pass because of Mississippi State's help side D.
Hubbard knocks it in. Josh Hubbard has a pair of triples here in the second half. Little hands off to Madsen. He doesn't need a whole lot of room. Left that triple short. And so Gabe Madsen, make it 0 of 7 from distance now. Hubbard got a couple of man in the air. Hubbard! Home team, a new 20. Ausar giving Jones a lot of space. Drive into the paint and kick. Matthews, aggressive take, and he draws the foul.
And interior depth was a problem, and it just did not show to
the CC team to make the Final Four run in 5 years. UConn, the two hard, trying to mark them up.
Yeah. See, I wish Hubbard doesn't give that ball up. If you feel like you got a speed advantage, keep the ball in your hands.
Well, they give it back to him here. He rises and connects.
Well, you got to get this ball to Hubbard, right? A little dribble handoff or something. He's feeling it.
He's got the 11 points in the second half.
Look at Madsen,
3 at the break. Yep. Murphy, it's a double-double, by the way. Clary into the front court. Wild layup, and Ausar clears it. Up ahead to Dawes. Dawes, finger roll. That's a strong finish.
A nice job by Dawes, but Clary is so left-handed.
Starting to flourish a bit here in the second. Hubbard right past Dawes, lays it up. The tap back misses, and Mason Madsen secures the board. Gabe to Erickson. Hesitates into the paint. Mason Madsen knocks down a third three.
Much better for Utah.
Madsen secures it. Hubbard knocks away the lead feed. How about the closing speed there like a quarterback? Now he goes in.
Shovels, if you will.
Yeah, to Murphy. And he draws the foul. You know, how about that burst of speed? You've highlighted just the... While Murphy back at the line. It's Keyshawn Murphy. Player now to starter this season. 2-point lead. And so we're coming up on the halfway mark of this second half. A pretty important early season battle for these power conference foes. The 11-point halftime lead for Utah is gone. Mississippi State up 2. Little, though, ties things back up. Ausar, crossover, blow by, goes up with the left, and gets fouled by Murphy. That's Keith. They lauded his athleticism leading up to the season. It has been Ausar into double figures. Now all 4 games, 2-point lead for the Utes. Entertaining early season battle. It's the first test for both teams after 3-0 starts against mid-majors. Kugel, killer crossover, way off though on the 3. Melendez got held, and so that's going to be the second on Little.
Good. Pick up perimeter, everybody with the ability to shoot the ball. Should be a pretty good tempo for the next few minutes.
Everybody looked at Bruce Pearl funny when he played you at the 5. I mean, this fit right in now. Nice turnaround. And it's a 4-point lead.
He was out of options. Approach that.
9 to play. Matthews cuts. Matthews goes right up strong. Get out of his way. And Cam Matthews has 5. Timely basket, 1-possession game. Hubbard guards Little. Little just hypnotizing the smaller Hubbard. Misfires though. Kugel, eyes up. Riley Kugel. Hubbard puts it up, banks it in! Beautiful cut by Mason Madsen. And so Madsen now into double figures. He has been solid today. He's got 11. Back and forth we go with 8 to play.
We thought we might see an increased tempo in the back cuts and the shooting with this smaller lineup, and here you go again.
Yeah, Melendez to the bucket.
R.J. Melendez.
So the bigs on the bench are saying, that's cute, y'all can score, but can anybody get a stop without us? That's the question.
1-point game, Gabe Madsen between the legs, hoists it up, but he has missed every single one of his three-point attempts. Twin brother, though, is heating up. 14 for Mason Madsen. He's now 4 of 5 from distance. And so the teams are trading blows. Now 12 lead changes. Hubbard, yes.
How quick is that?
Hubbard, 14.
Entertaining, dramatic sequence here with 6:50 to go in the game. A foul on the Ausar drive. He's at the line when we return.
Going to have to knock 1 or 2 of these down if Utah's going to win this game.
It's back in front. These two teams squared off 2 years ago in an early season tournament. 52-49 Mississippi State victory. So we've seen a little better offense, particularly in this second half. Kugel fouled by Little. And so Riley Kugel goes to the line for a 1-and-1. Mississippi State has now taken 10 more free throws than their opponent today.
These offenses, even when they hadn't been always productive and had some cold streaks, but they have not been stagnant.
Little was going after that one, and this likely is a foul on Kugel. So Little, the sophomore from Tampere, Finland, misses the front end. Utah's once 11-point lead down to 1. They had that halftime double-digit advantage. Don Daly starts blowing the whistle. It's now a third 20-point game for Hubbard, the Madison native. Landed on the all-conference preseason team. And he is very much expected to be one of the highest scorers in the league once again. The lead shifts back in Mississippi State's favor. A lot of motion on this sequence. Ball movement quick. Ausar goes right into Murphy's sternum and scores it. Utah in front. Ausar, the X factor underneath today for the Utes. He's got to deal with Murphy on this end. And the response.
You loved it back and forth. Ausar says, I'm going to take you off the bounce. Come try to guard me, big fella. Murphy on the other end says, I got a mouse in the house. Let me punish him down low.
17 for Ausar and 18, a career high for Murphy. Ausar trying to bail out Little here. Oh, he was out of control, lost the handle. Up ahead to Kugel. Lob it up to Melendez! Want their first win against a power conference foe early in the season. Just a great measuring stick game today. Kick back out to Kugel. Passes up the 3. Kugel puts his shoulder down and scores it.
He's been really good for the Bulldogs today. Defensively, on offense, he's been locked in and focused, something that has been a question mark on him his first couple years in college basketball.
10 points, 4 boards. Dawes from distance. It's Mississippi State with a 5-point lead. Hubbard got it!
Josh Hubbard!
23 for Hubbard, and then a reach-in foul. Big flip after shooting 25% in the first half. Erickson at the line here.
The best thing you can do to help your transition, the second chance of transition. That
bounces to him. Yeah, Utah has a chance to capitalize here. 3:10 to go. Madsen checks his feet, hoists it, and buries the 3. And that knocked the pass down. Cam Matthews. The clash. A couple of teams that started 3-0 against mid-major programs. They want the validating win. Kugel, back iron on the triple. And this is what a win here could be. Give you a little validation early on and give you a little boost as some of the early season tournaments kick in for both of these teams in the next couple of weeks. Ezra Ausar, the X factor, down low for Utah today. Keeps that pivot foot and then a wild layup offline. Keyshawn Murphy with one of the better performances of his career. He's got 18 and 14 boards. Harris in the corner. Left the three short. And those three-point shooting woes for Mississippi State.
Yeah, contested corner shot a little bit early in the clock. I feel like maybe you can get a better look than that.
Less than 2 to go. 2-point game. Here's Gabe Madsen on the baseline. Kicks it back out. They swing it. Sharov jumps. Sharov jumps. Off balance. Fade away. Got it to go. Boy, he has not been in a rhythm today. He's been on the bench with foul trouble, but that timely basket has things knotted up.
That's been his best look. He's had 3 of those pull-up jumpers when the smaller defender's on him.
He's got Hubbard here. Now the switch. Kugel wide open. Down and out. That looked like it was on target. Hubbard, the no look. Dangerous pass. Gathered over to Matthews. He is hacked. And so Mississippi State dodges a bullet. Cam Matthews. Murphy sits down. Melendez back in. It's a 2-point lead for the Dogs.
So Cam Matthews is going to get the assignment on Ausar.
Illegal screen. Ball back to the Mississippi State.
Now for Murphy on the offensive end.
A minute to go. Sharov jumps. He is blanketing Hubbard. Arms tangle. Hubbard has poured it in here in the second half. Instead finds Matthews, barges his way in, and Matthews draws the 5th foul.
They're 5 of 6.
Team has got a chance to give his club the 2-possession advantage. It's a 4-point lead for Mississippi State. 42 seconds to go. Sharov jumps, finds Madsen, who was cutting. Ausar missed the layup. Pardon me, that prior foul was the 4th on Ausar. Now some pressure. Hubbard, they get it across the timeline, and Chris Jans gets the timeout with 19.3 to go. The 4-point advantage for Mississippi State. Kugel to inbound. Kugel may have to use the final timeout, and they do. So now the Bulldogs are out of timeouts. That was their last. Where's Kugel go here? Kugel into the backcourt. Sharov jumps, almost got his hands on it. They have to foul Matthews. They do. Now Sharov jumps has officially fouled out. And Cam Matthews, as you pointed out a few moments ago, has been so effective at the line. He's 7 of 8. One piece of confetti. All right, he's 8 of 9.
Fouling up 6 to avoid the 3-point shot. But
Kugel got his hands on it. Critical offensive rebound. And you make 2 here, and you all but guarantee it, in a sense.
Being in that situation, for him to be that locked in, that extra effort, man, that says something about the maturity he's starting to show here.
Ausar fouled out, by the way. That was his 5th. 3-possession lead for Mississippi State. This is Little. They got to put a shot up just from anywhere on the floor. Now it's back to a 5-point game with 8 seconds to go. Timeout, Utah there. Can Utah force a steal? Kugel's got it. Couple seconds coming off the clock. 5 seconds now. Hubbard's got it. Up ahead to Sean Jones. Buzzer sounds in Mississippi State. Claims a pretty validating early season win against a power conference foe in Utah. It erases the 11-point halftime deficit. Tightens up in the second half. They wind up scoring 50 after halftime. They win by 5.
whatever the message was at halftime from Chris Jans. And I think